Hello, my name's Anna, and a huge welcome to you for watching this today. Stay in there for about half an hour, it's going to be, because what I'm about to share with you has had a massive impact on my life and that of many, many others that I know. And I'm really excited for you to see this and let me know what inspired you the most when we finish. So I'm going to share my screen now. Hopefully, this is all going to work. There it is. Let's just do that so that you can see a few slides that are going to help you understand the opportunity. So, what, how, and why are so many people making the change to doing this online, offline business that actually really truly creates a future of freedom and flexibility and choice? And I believe this is the way of the future. There's so many jobs and things changing at the moment that we really don't know. The security that we used to have is just not there. So I believe this is a fantastic thing to offer, to have a go at building it alongside what you're currently doing. So we're going to go through in the next 20, as I said, 20 or 30 minutes. How can you break free from that feeling of having to work for the rest of your life in that time for money exchange, having to turn up at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. or whatever it is, and feeling exhausted on the weekend and literally spending the whole weekend just trying to recover and get over what you've been doing all week and not even having time to do the things that you really want to do in your life. And you get short breaks of those holidays and then you're back. So, how are we going to change that? And why a leveraged income is actually the way to go to help you work smarter, not harder, and live your life rather than live your work around your life. So, the ultimate freedom model, I'm going to introduce you to something that I and thousands of others believe to be the ultimate business model that creates true freedom. And it has a roadmap to success and how you're going to be supported within that, and how to actually earn between $3,000 and $7,000 a sale. It's and you can only 21 sales and you can make $100,000 in this business, which so many people achieve in a year or sometimes even less. But it's up to each individual. It's like it's the analogy is you're a real estate agent and you are selling $1 million house or a $5 million house. You do the same amount of work, but the commission is a lot higher. So, of course, which house would you really want to sell? We're going to learn the commission structure and how it works in this business and how it just keeps building and that leverage keeps happening. And as I said, it has truly transformed lives. So, this is a blueprint to health and wealth. It's going to help create health in your life, health in those that you impact, and it actually has a blueprint to wealth. The business model is brilliant. Let me show you. So we also have an amazing crew. There's a couple of great women in that photo. I was on a retreat recently because we get together in person often and motivate and inspire each other, and everybody's got so much different learning and training, and we bring it all together and share and collaborate. And everyone is just in such a great positive state of mind. So if you're looking for a bit more of a positive, impactful community, you've come to the right place as well. So why would you want to do this business? It's because the products do actually change lives. They are seriously producing so much inner health for people and significant changes, which I'll talk about more. And they also produce for the planet. They're helping to take plastics away from the planet and they're impacting the planet and they're impacting the profit to the normal person like you and me, not just big companies. This company has that we partner with has been around for 51 years, so they're not going anywhere. They're tried and true, and they've actually been some of the best wellness technology in the world. And we are talking about the wellness industry here, and this wellness industry is booming. You probably yourself or you know someone that is absolutely looking to better their health. Everybody is looking to better their health. And this business offers you, you can work from anywhere, anytime. There's no office except maybe a home office. There's no clocking in, clocking off. It's your choice when you choose to work. And you can create an income that is not capped. It doesn't have a ceiling. It's up to you. One aligned sale can actually really out earn a week's wage or even more than that, depending on where you're at with your wage. And you're building something that is yours and no one can take it away from you, as in, you're not going to suddenly lose your job. That's up to you. And the community, as I said, is fantastically positive and energizing. So I can guarantee you that after looking around and having so many people in this industry come from different industries in affiliate marketing and all of those things and sales, when you come into this one and you see this business model, you cannot unsee it. It is really, really powerful to make serious change. I'm just going to do a little disclaimer here. This is for general information. It does not provide any financial or business actual advice. That is completely your decision. And any earnings or results are not guaranteed. That is up to each individual and the work and energy and time that they put into the business. So let's go back to remembering the reasons why you want to make the change. Why do you want to get out of what you're doing? Why do you want to move forward in a different way? Because you want to build that income that you need to actually live the life you truly want. This is a picture of me last year in Peru. I spent 3 months traveling last year, which is the first time I've been able to do that since my 20s, and it was amazing. And I could work from where I was. Um, you want to support your family. You want to grow old well and thrive, not survive. I have been dealing with my elderly parents recently, and it costs a lot to grow old, particularly if you want to be in a good space and you want the right help and the right aged care, if that's the path you're going down. It, yeah, you really do need money to grow old. And not just that, I want money to live my life well before I start not being able to live my life well. I want money to have choice in the health that I have and what I can afford for myself and my family, and to fulfill those dreams that you thought perhaps you would have done by now. I'm almost 60. I'm coming up to 60 in the next couple of years, and life doesn't get any shorter. It's just, it feels like it's getting short fast, and I want to do more living and see more places and spend more time, like in Peru, and go to Africa and all those wonderful things. And you want to invest in quality living too. As I mentioned, being able to have those choices to go to a health practitioner, to do alternative health, to eat organic food, all those things that can be really, really important to you. Perhaps you want to feel motivated and passionate again. As I said, we have a fantastically motivated community, and we do a lot of mindset training and mindset work and inner work that really helps you grow as a person. And we have a wonderful community that has real purpose. So here's the truth that a lot of people eventually realize that working harder, as in taking on more jobs, doing another part-time job for time for money, doesn't always equal freedom. And even when you actually go and create yourself a business like I did for 28 years, and I still do parts of that because I love it, the only way I could earn more money in that was to do more jobs and take up more of my time, work on Sundays, work on Saturdays. As a wellness practitioner, that was what you did to try and create more income. But then you end up burning out and you're exhausted and you don't have time for the family. So it doesn't always equal freedom. Trading time for money also has a limit, as I just mentioned. And even sometimes in good jobs, when we think we've got a good job, it can still leave you feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and stuck. And in COVID, we recognize that we're very replaceable. And now with AI coming in, who knows? There may not be job security in that regard. And often in normal jobs, if you stop actually showing up, the income stops too. And it can often create a lot of pressure internally. And I know as we age, the anxiety can grow and we're carrying that, and it just gets more and more. And we think, how am I going to get out of this? Or how am I going to make that change? And when am I going to actually start living that life that I really thought I would have and wanted? You start thinking about that security for the future as well. And you want flexibility to be able to have that time to go on that amazing holiday, on that amazing trip. And also, I've been really valuing the time that I have because my parents have been aging and I've had time to go and be with them, to organize them, to reassure my mum in her cognitive decline. So I've had more flexibility in my life to be able to do those things as well, and also to be there for my children a little bit more in person rather than always say, I've got to go to work, got to go to work. Um, and with the products and this business that I said, it's in the wellness industry, the health benefits and the energy that I have got from this has also been fantastic, let alone because of the positivity and the motivation. And that helps you from burning out. And so the shift is actually moving away from always earning in the moment, as I mentioned, that literally turning up at 9, leaving at 5, and then your whole day is taken up with work. And towards building something that can grow and support you over time in an ongoing passive income. And that is, as I mentioned, it's up to each individual if they create that. And that does take time and energy and some learning. You've got to be open to doing the learning with any job. And then that gives you the choice, and you want that, and that is the difference. So, this is for you if you are in a season of reinvention and you're really ready for a new chapter. If you're passionate about health, wellness, and living more naturally, non toxic, if you're craving more freedom and flexibility without burning out, if you love helping others and sharing what genuinely works, and if you want more purpose, community, and growth along like minded women, there's a lot of women in this business, and I have met some amazing people. Then they have become friends and they've super inspired me to go on and do other learnings and stuff that I've now integrated into my world, which I love. And if you're really done just trading your time for money all the time and you want a lifestyle led business, this is for you. It's not for you if you're looking for a get rich quick scheme. It's not that. It's not an overnight success. If you don't want to put in any work, it's not for you. If you don't want to be part of a community, because we collaborate and we share and we value that. If you don't genuinely care about your health or well-being or even helping others, it's not for you if you're really closed off to learning or growth or even doing something different. Or if you're happy just staying stuck, burnt out, and trading all your time for money, it's not for you. So if it's not for you, best to stop now and not keep going. But either otherwise, let's talk about linear versus leveraged income. What is the difference and why would you make the change? We've talked a lot about time for money exchange, and that is what a linear income is. And often, when you directly trade your time for money, which is actually what I've been doing for 28 years, even though I've been running my own health and wellness business, I've still it doesn't happen if I don't turn up and do the yoga teaching or do the Pilates teaching. Um, it's still actually a time for money exchange. And if I stop working, my income stops as well. And I've often turned up for work on crutches and with just after surgery because if I don't teach that class, I don't make that money. So it's you do or die sometimes when you're running your own business in that regard. And so what happens is there becomes a limit on how much time I can keep giving to earn. And so therefore my income is capped. It's actually going to stop somewhere because my time and my energy is running out. And, you know, working for yourself, you don't always get paid for holidays or sick time or parenting leave and that sort of thing. But even when you're in say, a government job, say teaching, which is what I've been doing a little bit of, dropping into a bit in the last few years. Um, you do sometimes get sick leave parenting, but it does have a limit. It has a limit on that as well. And if you don't work, you don't earn. And also I've found that working in really fixed time, you really don't actually have much time for yourself or to actually manage your household or to give back to anyone else because you're often exhausted at the end of the day. And even just doing those little things that you need, like the shopping and the cleaning and the cooking and getting organized, it's really difficult to do that when you're working full time. So a leveraged income is really different the way it is creates and builds over time. So the efforts that you might put in today might continue to pay you in 6, 12, 2 years, 12 months to 2 years, right? Even when you're not working directly. And you're not just trading time for money or dollars for hours. And we provide you with systems and automation and teamwork so that you can actually plug into those automated systems and it can keep rolling online. This is why we have online while you're asleep. It can keep you can keep reaching people. You can actually make sales. It can be done for you systems. So we do have that option in this particular business, which is amazing. It also gives you the ability to create an income alongside what you're already doing, which is exactly what I'm doing. I still love what I do. I don't want to give up everything that I do, but I recognize that I couldn't keep working as hard as I was into my midlife and older age as I am now because one, I don't have the energy. Two, the motivation was waning. And three, I can't keep doing it. I need more time and space for me. So I had to look at creating another way. And this is exactly what this does. And you can build it alongside what you're doing. And you're building an asset that will last for a long time, but you've got to put that energy in. So, my story, I've already shared a little bit about my story. You see lots of pictures there um, and what this opportunity has actually done for me. So I have been in the health and wellness industry for over 28, 30 years now, and I'm still in it and I love it. So for me, what I'm going to share with you and what the products and what everything we do in this business is, it made so much sense because I've been in preventative health for so many years and I have tried lots and lots of different things for myself and my clients in my massage therapy, in my rehabilitation therapy, in my Pilates, in my yoga, um, and in mindset and meditations, a whole lot of things, silent discos. I'm loving doing those too. And I run international trips, all of those things. So I have been doing that for a long time, trying to create a lifestyle around being a single mum and my children. And I was often up till 11 o'clock working at night and often up at 6 in the morning just to try and fit everything in and the kids. And as much as I was able to support us and create some opportunities for us, it was exhausting and I really couldn't keep doing it into as I older age now and I couldn't sustain it. The motivation, the energy was draining. It was really full on. And you have to wear all the hats in your business if it's just you. Um, so that's what I have been doing. I've also been a teacher in secondary schools, and I have dropped back into that a little bit recently after losing most of my health and wellness business in COVID. So I dropped back into the emergency or casual teaching space in different areas in the last little while, which has been good in a way to sustain me. And I'm building this alongside the bits and pieces of my business that I still have, my yoga on the beach and my international trips, etc. Um, and my online teachings, and I'm also dropping into my teaching while I'm building and creating this business because this business has given me a vehicle to move forward and it ticks all the boxes for me for the lifestyle that I want and that I want to create and I am creating. As I said, I traveled last year and I have loved meeting the community. And you can see there's a huge picture up there with a lot of people in the community. You can see some beautiful retreats that we're running on the beach together to do some deeper learning, deeper connecting. I have learnt so much in this business and gone on to do other courses with some of the women because we've all come in with our own skills and our own past and our own history, which is exactly what you would do. And those skills that you already have and that you've already built in your life, they're really powerful and they are important and they will help you build this business for yourself. And we share. And that's what I've also loved about this opportunity. So let's break down the offer because what we actually do really matters. The biggest problems in the world today, as I mentioned before, people are really becoming aware of their health and their wellness. I think COVID really made that kind of get even stronger for a lot of people. People are wanting to live longer, perhaps, to be healthier, to be able to. Um, they're more aware of perhaps toxicity in the world, and as we're hearing about our food and our water and our our pollution in our world, health is becoming more and more important. Some people are really concerned about their weight. There's a lot of people concerned about weight loss, longevity, preventative, like how do I prevent this from happening to me? I don't want to be like that when I'm older. A lot more people are aware of the environment and the toxins that we as a society have been pumping into the environment, and how that's now coming back on us as individuals and affecting our health and our life. And single-use plastics are a huge part of that, and all the chemicals and toxins that we've actually been open and the pollutants in our own home that are in all of our products, even in our shampoos, in our toothpastes, in our cleaning products. And a lot of people are really, really now, more than ever, with the cost of living going up and the changes in the world, very aware of their income. And I know so many people that have taken on a second job or are looking for another way to create an income alongside what they do, because life is expensive and people are really uncertain of the job future. So it's a really smart move to actually start creating something alongside what you already do. You are so much more prepared for the changes that are coming. They are coming. AI is coming. Changes in the world are coming. We need to kind of prepare. This is a great way to do that. So, the ultimate offer that we have researched and we believe is partnering with a company that has tried and true products, that is also in the wellness industry, that helps with all of those things that I just mentioned. Um, the people, the planet, and profit. It's a Japanese company that's been around for 51 years, and they have been leaders in science and technology backed wellness products. And the biggest one that they create is here on the screen, this one. This is called a Kangen water machine. Um, and this is their signature product. And this has been refined over many years into a product that can attach to your normal water tap and changes the quality, and this restructures your water. It's an electrolyzed reduced water. It creates, and it creates an ionized water. So what that means is it basically is a deeply hydrating product. So it restructures the water so that it has is high in molecular hydrogen. And you're probably hearing about hydrogenated water. It's all over the internet. You might have heard of it, you may not. But hydrogenated water is becoming a real thing. People are understanding how powerful it is and the power of molecular hydrogen. And there's been thousands of studies in separate studies in medical documents about the power of hydrogen water in different healing and helping with different things like diabetes and Parkinson's and even dementia, helping with gut health, a whole lot of things that have actually been documented. And we have thousands of testimonials in our business from other things that it has helped people with as well. So it is an incredible product. It not only hydrates you on a deep level for drinking, but it produces 5 different kinds of water. And it was originally created by the Japanese company um, as a medical device, and it's still used as a medically certified device in Japan in hospitals, because it creates a medical grade antibacterial water. So obviously we don't drink that water, but we use it for those purposes. And there's also water that does degreasing, so you can use it to clean your whole house. It can detoxify your whole home. You can get rid of single-use plastics, and you don't need to buy cleaning products anymore. It has 68 different uses, and I'm more than happy to share those with you. We won't go into all of that today, but that product has changed so many lives, and I absolutely love it. I have become the biggest water snob now. I can't go anywhere without my Kangen water. Then this next product that we share as well as part of this opportunity or this business model is an Anespa. And an Anespa is for your bath and your shower, and it also changes the water. It takes the chlorine out and it adds mineral-rich minerals like that you might have in a Japanese onsen that are naturally healing, naturally nurturing for your whole body. Because whatever we put our body into it's going to be absorbed through our skin. So when you bathe in the deeply chlorinated water, you're absorbing the chlorine. And I know I can't even go near it now because you're inhaling it as well when you're showering or bathing in chlorine. Especially children, they're so susceptible to those sorts of things, and it builds up in your system and it create ill health, or it's not good for you at all. You wouldn't go and drink a bottle of chlorine, yet you will bath in it, and your skin's the most absorbent part of your body. So the Anespa is a beautiful thing to have in baths and showers. And I just move the hose and change it from my shower and put it and fill up my bath with it when I'm using it. This little black box down here is an M Guard, and it's about this big. You can see it. There it is. And this is to help harmonize electromagnetic frequencies. So once again, it's dealing with a planet pollution that is now very, very prevalent with our computers and all our electronic devices that we have, and literally that we're on right now, that radiate a level of electromagnetic frequency. And they have now done a lot of studies as to how that affects our brain, our cognitive function, our brain fog. It can contribute to hormones being unbalanced, to bad sleep patterns, and small people, little people, their brains are a lot more susceptible because their skulls aren't even hardened and formed completely yet. So, and all our electronic devices are only getting more and more, and particularly with electric cars, we are really, really susceptible to all of this electromagnetic frequency that's all around us. So this little black box harmonizes it, which means it doesn't take it away and it doesn't crash your machines. You can still use everything. Like you can see, I've got it on here in the room, but I'm using the computer. The internet doesn't go down. It doesn't do any of that. It actually harmonizes. So it the rays, the energy that is harmful to us, it harmonizes it. And we have machines that test it so that you can really see the difference, and you can feel it. Like I can now sleep in my bedroom with my devices in my room, whereas before I was getting very disrupted sleep and I couldn't sleep. So that's a one thing I know that it has definitely done for me. The other product down here is an Ukon, and this is a consumable product. So this is the only product that you need to renew every 3 or 4 months, I think it is. The other three products are for life. They will last for 25 or 30 years. We've even got someone who's had one of their water ironers for over 35 years or something. So if you look after them, they will last. They are built to last. Um, and the company oversees the whole process from start to finish. So they're very particular about how they create the products, long-lasting products. But this Ukon is a turmeric product, and it's grown with Kangen water organically in the area of Okinawa in Japan, which is one of the blue zones in the world. This is where this whole company is from, and the longevity of life and products and the way they do things came from this area, so that they're very passionate about that. And the Yukon is a fantastic antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. So, brief overview of those four products, and any more information I'm more than happy to share another time. But they are the main four products. There is another product that they have that is to do with air pollution and helps to deal with mold. And that is something that I don't necessarily have because I'm in a place where I do have fantastic air quality and I don't have mold. But it is another great product that is being used in a lot of very polluted cities. Then we partner, we plus that, we add it with their business structure, the way that they have created this affiliate marketing business. The model and the commission structure is brilliant. And they have a generational wealth program. And what that means is that when you get to a certain point in your business, you will be earning really amazing commissions anyway, but you can get to a point where the company pays you 5,000 US a month for the rest of your life, and that is willable to your children or your family. So that's the generational wealth program. And they believe in generational health too, also keeping everybody as healthy as we can. So it is a pretty amazing business. So this is the partnership. It's an Enagic is the company. They have been part of the Direct Sales Association for many, many years, and they have a 500-year vision. They are not going anywhere. They're not an overnight fly-by company that just want to get in and get out into the health and wellness industry. They've been in it for 50 years, and they're a family-based company with amazing, beautiful, beautiful human beings and beautiful values. They're pioneers in health and wellness, as I said, and they have been really refining everything over 50 years using the best products, seeing it from finish to start to finish. And they also create it all on site in their own factory. And they are very big on looking at the environment as well. So we're not continually using products again like the plastic bottles. It's huge. So the electrolyzed reduced water, which is rich in hydrogen, and it restores the body to its optimal state. And so it's return to origin, as in Kangen. The word Kangen means return to origin. So what it's doing is it's returning our bodies to their optimum state of working, functioning, and health. And that's what they're about. As I mentioned, it's got 68 different uses. We can go into that any other time. They're really big on reducing the plastic use so that the product lasts for, it says 20 years plus, but 25 to 30 years. They have won many awards in Japanese water technology. And as I said, it is certified in Japan as a medical device. And there's a brilliant marketing opportunity because everybody is looking at their health and their wellness. And a lot more people are becoming aware of their water with all the things that we've had recently on the news, even about the tap water and the quality of it and how it's really deteriorated. We're getting nanoplastics, we're getting a whole lot of stuff in our water that is really not good for us. And water is something we all need. We cannot do without water in our lives. Our bodies are made up of 70% of water. It is so important to your inner health that then becomes your outer health. And as I said, they're from Okinawa in Japan, which is known as the land of immortals. This is what the K8, it's called a level at K8, the Kangen water machine looks like these days. As I said, a lot of people are becoming more health conscious and actively seeking products, and they will pay for those products in their home to look after their families and their future. So, and the growing need for clean, safe drinking water, not just filtered. And this is not just a filter. People often think, oh, it's a fancy water filter. No, it's not. It does do some filtering, but it is a water ionizer, which is so much more than just a filter. It produces molecular hydrogen, and that is the biggest difference on tap again and again through the restructuring and the electrolysis process that it has. Um, and so we're expecting that a lot more people are going to be wanting these machines and ready to get something in their own home. There already is thousands around the world. There's 40 different countries that this company distributes to, and it's growing every day. So, how do you unlock the true wealth? How does the commission and the wealth structure work with it? We know that it's really powerful for your health. So, what is the strategy, the business strategy? So we recommend a business strategy where you purchase all four of these products for yourself, for your own use. That's the only thing that you have to do. That's the only money that you put in upfront is the products to use in your home for yourself so that you know what they do. You know how powerful they are. You know how they work. You know how you feel. Um, and you've got those products for life. Even if you don't make a business, it doesn't matter. You have these incredible products to really, really increase your health and maintain yourself better for the rest of your life. When you do that, you buy one product for yourself and you sell the other three to yourself. So you've made a commission of $656 already. And then in your first 5 quad sales, and this we call a quad because it's 4 products, if you sell 5 of those, you can make $15,700, which is pretty much your money back on your products. Then if you make another 6 quad sales, you can make $45,000 in commissions. Okay. It adds very, very quickly. It's a high ticket product. So the commissions become higher and higher each time. This is an example, the power of leverage. So this is you. You say you come on board and you buy one product, the K8, the Kangen water machine for yourself, right? Everybody comes in at different levels depending on their financial status, and that is completely up to each individual. And we do have opportunities for loans and no down payments, etc., if people need that. But say you start with a Kangen water machine. You sell one here, over here to Shelley. You sell Shelley a product. From selling Shelley that one product, you make $400. Then you go and you find Kate. Then you say you sell a product to Kate and you've made $400. That's 1A. So that means 1 point of the commission. Your next sale to Jess, you're making 2 points of commission. So it's $800. Then Jess, she's amazing. She decides she wants to do it as a business and she goes out and she finds all of these people, right? Seven people. And she sells a Kangen machine to each one of those. You are also making $800 on her sale. She'll be making 400 and then she'll be making 800 and then you'll be making 800. So it's indirect. Then you make your next sale and you are making 3 points of commission, and that's $1,200 for one Kangen machine that you have just made. So this is how it builds. And once you get to 3 points of commission, you're making 3 points of commission every single sale, whether it's you or indirectly, direct or indirect. So you can see that you can build a team of people. So this is a bit of an example. This is the single commission structure. Once you get to 3A, we said you're making that much a single sale. When you're getting to 6A, you're making $2,000 a sale. If you start, however, with the 4, the quad, which is the business strategy that we recommend, you are already ahead because you've already sold yourself 3 products. So you've already sold 3 products. So you're starting here. You're starting at 2A. So your next sale, you're making the 2 points of commission. Yeah. So if you've got all 4 products and you sell 4 products, you're making this much money. Then when you get here between 11 and 20 sales, you're starting to make this much money. And you can see how it builds very, very quickly. If you start over here, we call it the fast track, with 2 Kangen machines, 2 water machines, and then the other 3 products, you've got 5 products. Once again, you can see how quickly it builds. That's where you'd be starting. And you're coming in very quickly and building commission structure very fast. Now, the reason for having 2 Kangen machines might be that you loan one out, and that's exactly what I do, because people often want to try before they buy. So I have one to use for myself, and I have one that I loan to people to try, and after they've tried it for 2 to 4 weeks, they can't do without it. So how do you get to $1 million? This is just an example of how amazing the commission structure is and how this business is structured so that this can actually be possible. Now, I know I couldn't have made $1 million in my own business because I would have had to work my butt off, and there wasn't enough of me to do that. I would never have been able to do that. So this gives me a pathway. If I want to earn, as I said before, the 100,000, it's 15 of those 4 product sales a year. If you want to earn $1 million, it's 149 of those 4 product sales a year. Now, that's not just you, that is you and your team. So your direct sales and the indirect sales. And then you can get bonuses along the way. So you don't just get your commission, you get bonuses at different points. So when you get to that 6 points of commission space, which is 101 total group sales, that's everyone in your business, you get a $3,000 bonus. And that is in US dollars. That's a US dollar bonus. Then when you get to 6A2, which is another level, that's another level of sales, you're getting another bonus, etc. When you get to this one, 6A2-3, this is when you are starting to get not only your commissions, but you now are eligible for the $5,000 a month generational wealth program for the rest of your life. So this is what I am aiming for, and I know a lot of people who are there. It's not an impossible task. There are lots of people in this business reaching that position quite well and quite easily within, depending on the person and the energy they put in. Some people have done it in 5 years. Some people have done it in three, and some people might take 10, and it's completely up to the individual. And that's what I also love about this business is there's no time frame. It is up to you. How much energy, time, and effort you put in is up to you. And if you decide to stop for a little while and have a break, then you pick up where you left off. You don't go backwards. You pick up where you left off. So it is also a fantastic tax effective way to build wealth because it is your own business. So you can write off your office, your computer, your phone. You can write off some space at home, and you're getting the tax rate that is appropriate for running your own business. So you can even write off a lot of your travel if you're traveling to an event or you're coming to see people or you're traveling to see someone who's going to join your team, all of those sorts of things. So there are a lot of tax benefits to this because it is your own business. How does it work? So basically, you purchase the products for your own use and then it activates what's called a distributor ID number, and that gives you global distribution rights. You have a global business. That's all you have to do is buy the products for your own use. You don't have to buy a business, you don't have to buy anything else. You buy the products to use for yourself, and you've opened a global business. And then it's up to you, whatever you want to do. You can sit and just use the products, or you might decide to share them. Then I help you with the sharing. We, as a team, my team, we have the most incredible business platform in this industry, and we have access to that, and that has provides education, training, mentorship from some of the top eight-figure, seven-figure, eight-figure people in the world, which is amazing. So we're getting first-hand direct strategies, we're getting mindset training, we're getting belief in ourselves, we're getting motivation, and we're getting step-by-step processes that are guaranteed to get you working and on your way, knowing exactly what to do. So you're not left on your own. I myself also provide mentorship, personal mentorship with you and help you create either online or offline strategy, and that's up to the individual as well. You can help look at building a personal brand online with personal content and simple strategies so that you are starting to connect with your audience and they're starting to come back to you and go, hey, what are you doing? That looks amazing. We want to be part of that. Okay, people watch a masterclass just like what you're watching now. They see what it's about and they go, I love it, I want to do it. Or they go, oh, I might think about that for a while. They might come back later on. They can't stop thinking about it because once you see this, it's very hard to unsee it and go, what if? What if? And you can build it offline. And I do that through a lot of my events and my yoga. I talk to people, I take the water, I share it. And that's about building relationships. And you can also do it with businesses. There's a lot of wellness businesses out there doing exactly what I was doing, and they're looking for other ways to create an income so they don't have to work as hard for the rest of their lives. So you're not doing it alone. There are tools that we use to implement. There are people like me and my team, and we even have people that can do all your sales calls for you. So how do we share this? Well, a lot of it is through social media. So if you're choosing to work online, it is through social media. And as we know, that has become an extraordinarily powerful tool. You've probably all bought something online before, or you've been influenced by something online before. As we know, it is huge. So we can share through our online, we can share through stories, we can share through people commenting and what we're sharing and reaching out to them. We can share through contact, personal contact and events in person, and we can share through education and people actually trying the product. And we share, as I said, it can be online or offline. And basically, you sell products and you earn. So you are a direct marketing affiliate. You are a representative for this company. They don't have retail outlets, they don't have shops, they don't have overheads, they don't have rental. It's shared by mouth. or buy online. And that's how this company works. And that's how they can put so much. 57% of the profit goes back to us as the people. That's how they can do that. So, what does a partnership look like? Here, if you're partnering with me, we get live weekly calls online to stay connected, to stay empowered, and the stories and people's strategies. And you might listen and go, "Oh, I love that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to do that." We support each other directly through that online. I give weekly calls with you, particularly to get you started, and always there messaging or texting and emailing, and communication is very, very prevalent so that you can ask questions. I can help support you in any way. You have access, as I said, to a business platform that has done for you systems. So you can literally plug into those systems and just create an ad or an interest and say to people, watch this. And it takes them through the process of listening and watching, and it even can do your sales calls for you if you want. And we have a free online mentorship program, which is a 4-week step-by-step program to get you started. And we also have, as I said, a massive community worldwide. And we have Facebook groups, Instagram groups, all of that. And you can connect in with that. You can ask questions, you can see testimonials. Um, and we are on School at the moment. We're on a platform called School. We're called Freedompreneurs. And there's a load of free information about the products, about the science, about the technology, about the business, about strategy, about mentorship, about mindset training, money mindset training, sales training, marketing training. It's all free for you if you become a distributor, if you decide to do this business. And I'm throwing in some bonus fitness classes because I teach online Pilates and yoga and I do coaching. So I'm throwing those in so you can start building on your health in other ways as well with me. So, what's your next step? Your next step, if you are serious about building your future life, now's the time to do it. It's send me a message and we'll book a call. We will chat and I will send you the link to go through the process so that you can decide if it's really the right thing for you and if it's in alignment with what you want to do, and you can purchase your products and you can start today. And yeah, as I said, you can book a free call and we can chat further about it to see where you're at. So, this is really your moment to take that action, to be empowered in the next phase of your life. There's a few people in the community, so many people, men and women, but as I've said, there's so many women. There's people from mining backgrounds, there's people from health and wellness backgrounds, there's practitioners, there are people from corporate backgrounds, there are people from teaching backgrounds, lots of teachers. There are young people as young as 18. You have to be 18 to do this business. There's people at 21 kicking goals, surfing in the day and running this business and traveling all around the world. There are people living in their caravans running this business. There are people climbing mountains. There are so many different walks of life taking control and deciding to get in for themselves and for their families and for their future. We only have one life. We age every day. How do you want it to look, feel, and be? It is up to you. And thank you so much for watching. Reach out if you'd like to book a call with me, and I will see you soon.